We're here at Noah Klausman from DeepLink.me. I know. Can you tell us about DeepLink, what it is, and what you guys do?
Sure. Thanks for having me, Jonathan. I appreciate it. So DeepLink Me is a platform for mobile developers, and what we do is we create URLs for their app content.
Mm-hmm.
So the idea is developers like Urban Outfitters is one of our clients. They send out an email, and if you tap from your phone and you have the app, we will detect that you have the app installed and send you right into the app to that specific page. So that's the first step of our of what we've built, and then the second step on top of that is a much larger opportunity for us and for other developers out there. We're trying to create cohesion for apps. So the idea is in the web there's this backbone, this structure of the URL where you can link from one place to another, but in apps that doesn't exist. So what we're doing is trying to make it so that users can move seamlessly across the apps they already have installed.
So in your part, you're in business development?
Yeah, I do all the business development, and we're a small team, so I also do some of the stuff around financing. I work very closely. My partner and I handle all the product stuff as well.
So you're basically selling, there's probably a lot of companies out there that don't even know that they can link straight to a page in the app. So you kind of have to sell this idea to the marketers of each company?
Yeah, I think we were the first platform to do this,
Yeah.
at least first independent platform.
Mm-hmm.
And when we first came out, I remember I relayed this recently to someone. I was in a meeting with a major brand, and I told them what we did, and they listened very nicely. And then at the end, they said, but why would I ever want to link it to my app? That's what I have a website for. And so that was you're right, that was the prevailing thinking. So very astute catch. So early on, that was really the pitch. Now our pitch is more around, okay, people may be linking to your app, but only from things you create. So there should be a way to organically serve links to people when they're doing other things.
Have you always been in business development roles?
Yeah,
before?
so previous to DeepLink, I worked for Amobi, which is a mobile ad serving and mediation platform. I worked there for, I guess, about 2 years, roughly. Don't quote me on that. And then I moved to doing what we're doing now.
A lot of people, they love to sell to larger, enterprise-style businesses, but they find it challenging. Can you tell us, what's the difference selling to a consumer versus selling to a larger corporation? How do people get over that mental hurdle? Maybe they, how do they get in, prep themselves? How did you jump into selling Urban Outfitters or someone you could probably sell Toyota, anybody? I mean, how do you get training for that?
Yeah, I mean, the way I've always sold, I think there's a lot of bluster in sales. So people will tell you how great they are at this or the other. My approach has really always just been to be a nice guy, to talk to small clients and medium clients and kind of work my way up. So we're just about to launch a very large campaign with, I think, one of the largest airlines in the world. And that really just happened by happenstance. I met someone at a party who knew someone at that team, and I talked to them about what we were doing, and they thought it was really interesting and did a connection. And to me, I find that I shouldn't say that that's how all business happens, because that's not the case, but I find that that's when things stick the most, is when you have a personal connection with people.
Being a nice person and just having that type of approach can put you into different connections that you didn't think was possible.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I don't know. Or maybe it's just my good looks. I don't know.
Oh, yes, very handsome. Anything closing out, advice to other people, doing business development or working for an app or trying to push their concept that no one really understands yet?
So actually, I'm reading Peter Thiel's book right now, 0 to 1. And so I've been thinking a lot about this, about the early days of BD in a startup and how important it is. And, I think one of the things, in my opinion, and after I left, not Amobi, but other jobs before that, really everything before this, I was working in ad networks and things that were somewhat commoditized. And for me, and everyone's different, but for me, it just became much more exciting to do something that was new and something that hadn't been done before. And there's tough days and there's great days, but for me, it sounds so cliche at this point, but don't give up on something because it's new or because people are turning their backs and saying, oh, why would I want to do that? I think, that happened with every big company in the early days, and I think that that's why it's exciting. And so, again, it's a lot of talk, but in my mind, really, to sum it up, it's, keep at it, and if there's something that you really enjoy doing, hopefully the market and the product, or the market will come if you have the product and you have the passion.
All right. Thank you very much, Noah.
Sure, thank you. Appreciate it.
DeepLink.me.
Thanks.